Good morning, afternoon or evening, and welcome to another 080 Alpha 23 replay analysis. Today's match is between ValihrAnt and Feldfeld, and it's one of a series of games that they played recently. Now, this particular match followed a prior game where there was a very quick resignation from ValihrAnt in under 5 minutes, and this was because Feldfeld took advantage of the Iberians' lack of starting hoplites to ravage ValihrAnt's early economy with a couple of killer rushes. So when ValihrAnt looked to respond with a rush of his own, well, let's just say it ended up with a lot of dead cavalry and broken dreams. So after first apologising for that previous piece of cinematography I put together, I do appreciate that I'm probably the only person in the world that found that amusing. Let's have a look at the game itself. So the rules of the series are as you'd expect. It's a small map, it's mainland, and it's random civilizations. So with that knowledge, the only remaining question is how would ValihrAnt respond in the game that we're about to watch? Let's find out. So we can see from the mainland map that we've managed to get the biome that is I don't actually know what it's called, but it's kind of deserty, but it's got a decent amount of wood and decent hunting potential because of lots of camels. And speaking of camels, Feldfeld has drawn the Ptolemies, which is a pretty decent draw, you have to say. He's got some extra metal as well, which will become useful. So let's go and see what ValihrAnt's got on his side. So he's got the Gauls, it looks like, just to confirm. Yes, it is the Gauls. And I think after, well, he'll be fully aware that that Feldfeld has Ptolemies. So, well, with camel archers in combination with a map with a lot of camels, i.e. a lot of hunting potential, he's going to be expecting to receive some rushes, I would imagine. So he's gone immediately for the 6 women and the berry upgrade. That's a fairly standard start for him, and he's getting a couple of extra women now. He's not getting any cavalry though, which could be helpful to help defend any cavalry rush that comes from Feldfeld's side. Particularly as in the previous game that you've watched some clips from, it was, I think he actually first came into the thing like after probably under 2 minutes. He had 5 cavalry that basically just ravaged what's his name, ValihrAnt's army. Like, it completely took out all of his woodcutting economy, killed loads of women, and then when he went to respond, it went really badly, and he lost, I think, 6 out of his 8 cavalry, and he just resigned at that point. So ValihrAnt hasn't actually gone for any camel archers, which is interesting. He's produced only women, I think, at this stage. No, he didn't. I take that back. He started with some skirmishers, so perhaps he's expecting a rush to come from the other side, and that's been his approach. He's got the first upgrade, which is the berries again, but as he's got these, well, there's a fruit tree here, there's another one just over here, and there's another one there. In fact, it's a good strategy at this point, definitely, to get that berry upgrade, because he's got lots of potential things to harvest. He's now checking out the local area, like you do when you move into a new flat, but he's checking to see what it's like, and he's actually going quite close. If we look here, he's going close to ValihrAnt's civic centre. So let's see what he sees from his perspective. Okay, he's checking this out. And he's just making some attacks, but he's noted there are too many soldiers there. He's not going to be able to do anything with a single camel archer, so off he runs. If we look now quickly, actually, just back to here, these camels are in, which hopefully you can see that box, just want to show it, that does show up. These camels are a great thing for him to hunt, and he's got an excellent located farmstead here, so if he was able to come to the other side of the camels and drive them towards that, he could get a lot of food. Whereas if we look over here, ValihrAnt has realised those camels are right next to his base. He's got to take advantage of those. He's got another set of camels just a little bit further that he is aware of. So from his point of view, this is excuse me, an absolutely superb way to get food very early on, and particularly, again, this is a very well located farmstead, although I think if he'd known about these other camels a little bit earlier, he may have put that the other side of the berry tree. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. He couldn't have put it the other side of the berry tree because there are berries there. So, yeah, that wasn't possible. So here we go. He's got 8 cavalry. They've deposited some food, and I think this one cavalryman here will be off to scout while the rest carry on gathering food, which makes sense. Now, unlike most people that play as Ptolemies, Feldfeld hasn't actually produced any additional cavalry. Camel archers can be incredibly annoying due to their range. He's done well to get his women to safety there, and these skirmishers will attack the horseman and drive him away. So he won't suffer any kind of ill effects from that, although that horseman's probably going to take... No, he's done well again. He's managed to garrison the women and ungarrison them incredibly quickly. But will he be able to take... He has taken one of them out. One of the things that I often think with Ptolemies when you're playing against them is they take a long time to build houses. So you can see what Feldfeld is doing here, which is very smart, is that if you put multiple people on one house, they don't actually receive... It's not built twice as quickly. It's built a proportion more quickly, but not twice as quickly. So once you've got your initial few houses going, what it is helpful to do, as he's done there, is actually set a number of people building houses concurrently. And in doing so, what you'll achieve is that you will then get... I think it takes about 50 seconds to build one of these. Let's have a look. It takes 80 seconds. So if you're building with 3 different people, you will get 15 additional capacity every 80 seconds. Whereas if you're building 3 people on one house, you might only be able to get, say, 10 in the same time. I'm not sure exactly what the ratio is, but it's well worth, if you're playing as Ptolemies, to try and do that to get a number of people building if you can. Although, as you can see here, because he's lost his way a little bit, he's actually had to put a group of people to build this house just to keep his population growing. So if we see his pop, if we look from his point of view, yeah, he needs to just make sure he's got plenty of capacity. But in keeping a group of skirmishers building here, he's keeping, although there's some good dancing, this horseman's only got 8 health left, but the dancing's helped him escape. But what he's doing is basically keeping these people safe on this side. But I have often felt it would be really good if you could sort of sneak around the back when there's some fighting going on and actually just kill these individuals that are building houses, and that would throw off someone that was playing as Ptolemies if they're not fully aware of what's happening. Particularly, you get the warning bell that goes off when there's whatever you call it, when you're attacked, and so you're not fully aware of exactly what's causing that. That was an interesting altercation there that didn't take place, in that a group of cavalry just came past all of Feldfeld's man who was building a watchtower, and he just let it happen. So you see he's killed a load of the farmers there. These berries are great in terms of gathering food quickly, but what they are going to cause ValihrAnt is issues in terms of not ValihrAnt, Feldfeld, in terms of they're very difficult to defend. So he's building this storehouse to have a load of troops, soldiers there presumably, will be woodcutting next to it, and that does give him extra potential. Strangely, he has killed that guy. I was going to say, strangely, he let the watchtower carry on being built, but he actually didn't. So good play from ValihrAnt. If we look at the scores on the doors, he's got a population bonus of 10 at this stage. While, just to talk about the factions a little bit, while the Ptolemies have the fact that their key buildings, the key early buildings, don't cost any wood, which is a massive bonus because it means you can produce large armies very quickly, just due to the fact that they are your wood is not being used building houses and building whatever, although those buildings do take longer to build to kind of compensate. The Gauls, in fact both the Celtic factions, are in a have a bonus in terms of early development as well, in that their supplementary buildings, so farmstead, storehouse, etc., also give a small population bonus. So you're getting that every time you not only build a house, but also when you build other buildings, which that are essential to start anyway, so it's quite helpful. So as we approach sort of 8.5 minutes in, we've got 113 population for ValihrAnt, but you can see Feldfeld is staying just a little bit further behind, but not a huge amount behind. The composition of the armies at this stage is, well, you'll imagine, and it's shown that, you know, Feldfeld has got, that's not everyone. Oh, there's a group over here as well. So that didn't seem to all add up, but he's only got 30 women in his army, which is, you know, a reasonable number, but nothing huge. Whereas, because of the fact that ValihrAnt has had to use wood to build his houses rather than being able to use that for soldiers, he's got double the number of women. So this means that a lot of the population is lower. What you're going to find is that Feldfeld has actually got a far stronger army. He's also progressed to phase 2 again because he hasn't had to use that wood to build so many houses. So they've got both relatively strong economies at this stage. 5 fields here and 4, is it, on this side? It is 4 indeed. He's still got people building houses, see, as individuals there, so as not to waste time. That is the most efficient way to do that. He's been taking advantage as well of the fruit trees and the berries, and getting good development, I have to say. You know, both players doing well at this stage. The little foray forward that ValihrAnt did earlier with those cavalry has set Feldfeld back slightly, and hopefully he'll feel that's good retribution for the rush that he faced in the previous game, which basically wiped him out. It's obviously not had exactly the same effect, but it has given him a better chance going forward in this game. So he's got his cavalry, which on any map with a lot of animals to hunt, cavalry is a really good idea. They're incredibly mobile troops, obviously, compared to your other ones. They've got good health, good decent attack ratings, and they also are able to collect food in the quickest way that is possible. So whenever you see a map like this, I wish I knew what the biome was called, actually. I'll probably just go through them all one day. But where you are in kind of a desert type environment, yeah, build cavalry. It's a good idea. You're going to give yourself a real leg up against an opponent that doesn't. So I am surprised, actually, that Feldfeld hasn't gone for that route, but that is the choice that he made. And considering he's got this group of camels so close to the ones just over here, they're very close to this farmstead, so he'd be able to get them back in no time. I don't know if his camel sat in his civic centre. No, maybe it died. Who knows? But having gone to phase 2, he's now taking one of the quickest routes to phase 3, which is to build some towers, a market, and the other building is generally a blacksmith, but I can't see if that is going up. But here comes ValihrAnt for a quick attack. Is this going to be a blacksmith? That's a storehouse. So he's only still got a small group of cavalry. He could have produced far more and really gone all in on this attack, but he's chosen not to, and I think he realises that part of the map is pretty well defended. Although certainly from his perspective it looked like these guys were the tip of the iceberg, but actually they were pretty much the sum total of the soldiers that were there. But they are, okay, he's running away, but he's bringing some troops out here, a load of skirmishers and slingers. And the other good thing that Ptolemies have is they do have a good variety of troops, and a lot of them are mercenary troops as well, so you need to get additional metal, which they absolutely have, because he's been fortunate enough to get 2 things of metal, so that's 10,000 metal in his base. He's got more metal here, but on the flip side, if you don't get metal, then that's not so good. So as expected, here's the armory that's gone up. Armory / blacksmith. I'd call it one or the other, or both. And he's gone for exactly the same. So we can see he's gone for a tavern, which allows him to build naked fanatics, which are, I can't view those, it's not letting me, even though it says right click to view them. A blacksmith, he's got no upgrades at this stage, and a market and a tower. So he's gone to phase 3 already. Wow, I missed that completely, even though it says it in the top left corner. So he's gone to phase 3, and now he's building his fortress, and I assume that he's going to have a relatively large number of slingers. How many slingers? Here come another group of slingers. So and skirmishers. So it's not all slingers, although they're particularly useful, and particularly very early on. They're good because of the crush damage means they can really hurt buildings. So if you're not in a position to build rams, then you can get by having just lots and lots of slingers, like hundreds of slingers. His cavalry still hasn't lost even one of them. They've been doing a decent job. Okay, here we have a fortress of Feldfeld's own going up. He's had to barter to get some of the resources, which is certainly in terms of getting things quickly is a very, very good idea. And the fact that ValihrAnt has now seen this will certainly spur him on to make sure that he gets his rams going, and he'll probably do everything he can. So he's sending a group of about 55, in fact it's not about 55, it is a group of 55 troops forward, which, because of the nature of Feldfeld's army, is nowhere near sufficient. It's going to be interesting to see whether he can just take out a group. Feldfeld's done very, very well. He's drawn them right in, making ValihrAnt think that they were running away, but in fact they were just pulling them in to kind of a pincer movement. He's now got a group of soldiers here that look very, very isolated from the others. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, because we've got now 70, just over 100 troops backing him off, or causing him to back off. He probably will be looking, he should be looking to try and get these guys into the fortress. There's nothing there, I don't think. No, it's 8 slingers. They're not going to take down a fortress. If he got his troops in the fortress, then you can see the ring that's now showing is the range that fortress has, and the troops have gone into the fortress. They'll be able to fire on the others. And although I'm going to look at that, let's just see what's happening down here. He's got his group of cavalry. They're fighting against some skirmishers. They should be winning this more closely than they are. It looks like it's not something that ValihrAnt is particularly following, so the main fight is going to be happening up here. So we've got a small group of troops here that are going to be absolutely overrun. Here come the main skirmishers. They're coming up against a group of slingers. I don't think either side has upgrades, so it's now starting to look bad for ValihrAnt, I have to say. That this altercation, he's going to have to win this altercation in the middle. He's got a hero now. I have to say, I don't know which hero it is. It's this guy. And if we have a quick look, what does he offer? 20% attack for soldiers and siege engines. That's very, very useful, and that will be really helpful. These guys didn't manage to quite kill these ones off, but they did a pretty decent job of sending them back. And he's got groups of combinations of sword and skirmisher cavalry, and he's also producing from 2 barracks. No, it's not, that's a market, sorry. He's producing from this barracks and from the town centre. He's building skirmishers as quickly as he can, but his troops they're just about winning. I have to say at this point, I'm just going to quickly slow it right down to see what. So he's not produced any naked fanatics or anything like that. Where's the right? We've got 0 upgrades on his side, and on this side we also have 0 upgrades. So yeah, based on that, it's the fight is going to be a completely fair one. There's not going to be one side with an advantage due to having additional armour or attack ratings. So with that having just gone off his... Feldfeld's built a couple of elephants here, and elephants are the best ram killing units that you can have. They take about 2 swipes to knock out a ram. So ValihrAnt is going to need to focus on this one here. He needs to try and keep his rams safe from the elephants, which he's not managed to do, and then kill the elephants off, because once those elephants are gone, the rams are pretty much home and dry. They can actually get themselves into a really, really good position. He needs to get this ram not turning around and trying to attack the elephant. That's the worst thing he could have done. But okay, it's too late, that one's gone, but he could have done with that getting towards the fortress. He's now, if we look from the other side to get a better view of things, he's got a group of troops here. He's trying to build some barracks to try and produce troops a little bit more quickly. If we look in terms of his thing, he's got plenty of food and wood. He really should be able to produce very, very quickly, but without the actual the buildings to actually do the training of the troops, he's not in a great position. Feldfeld's doing an excellent job dancing with his hero in the middle, so the ValihrAnt's troops are all firing at the hero, but they're not actually hitting it ever, while at the same time there's a group of 19, oh, is even more than that, yeah, 19 skirmishers and 12 slingers who are just taking his troops down. And he's got a couple of rams. They've decided to go backwards, not really sure what that's all about. He's going to attempt to take out the sword hero with a ram. That's a sword cavalryman is just about the worst unit that he could use that for, because the sword cavalry will just absolutely wipe out his rams in no time, particularly a hero. They're trying to desperately get into the fortress to give them a place where they can fire on from, but I have to say this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good whatsoever. He's got 7 slingers coming in 15 seconds, but I don't believe that barracks is going to make that long. Yeah, that's going to fall down before, and he's got another 48 seconds to wait for some slingers here. That one's gone. Those slingers are never arrived, and well, there were catapults coming in as well. That was really, really grim for ValihrAnt. More elephants. Brutal, absolutely brutal. So I mean, it just shows, I think, the quality of play at the top ends of the game, because ValihrAnt is an exceptional player, but Feldfeld there just played that incredibly well, like really, really brilliantly. Great game. So anyway, that's enough of that. I hope you enjoyed it, as always, and if you fancy hitting like and or subscribe, then I also would appreciate that. It helps keep me motivated to keep producing the videos. There'll be some more variety coming up after like the next few weeks, because I've just been a bit short of time, so it's just been a case of producing commentary videos, whereas it's probably better to have a bit more variety in them, and that will be coming back. But anyway, thank you very much, and I will see you all shortly. Take care.